Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Berry Park. And we're down to the final game. It's been a long time with rainouts and thunderstorms, and it started a while ago. They only had to play 5 games, but it took a long time to play 5, and we're down to the 5th game now, if necessary game. East Lynn got a big win. West Lynn beat East Lynn in the finals of the winners bracket, and then East Lynn came back and avenged the loss with a big bottom of the 6th inning. They scored 6 runs. In the bottom of the 6th, they were trailing 9-3, 9-4. They scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they got the win and kept themselves alive and forced this second championship game between East Lynn and West Lynn, the two teams that started Little League back in 1951, 72 years ago. It was East Lynn and West Lynn. There was no city series because there were only 2 teams. They played a Jimmy Fund game at the baseball diamond at Frazier Field, East Lynn against West Lynn. And we've been going ever since. It's unfortunate that Wyoming opted not to play in the tournament this year. The tournament is the teams that win the league championships play for the city championship. It used to be 6 leagues. A couple of West Lynns, Lynn Shore, Central, East Lynn, West Lynn, Pine Hill, and then it's dwindled to 4. And unfortunately, this year, and I think last year also, Wyoming opted not to play in the tournament. For whatever reason, it's a shame, because it hurts the kids. I know the kids love this. They love to play in this tournament, and if you win it, it's a memory that lasts forever. So we're down to this one last game with the 2 original teams going at it. And Mark Posty for the East Lynn Braves. It's also, these 2 enemies against each other, East Lynn and West Lynn. It's also enemies, Red Sox Braves, when the Braves used to play at Braves Field before they moved. Mark Posty, the second baseman, leads it off for the East Lynn Braves. Mackay Kirk on the mound for West Lynn. Hit, little infield hit for Posty. He's got a base hit. Hit it between the third baseman and shortstop, and he beats it for a base hit. They have different rules for the city, and it helped West Lynn because West Lynn, when they played East Lynn the first time, West Lynn only had 8 players. But stealing second is Posty. So with the city rules, you can play with 8. Williamsport national rules, you have to have 9. So they played the game. West Lynn won it with a rally in the bottom of the 6th. And then there was controversy. Somebody put a phone call in at 11 o'clock at night trying to get it changed. Swing and a miss, it goes to the backstop, and the runner's going to reach. So Kirk gets a strikeout, but the runner reaches. And Posty winds up at third, and East Lynn with a chance to get on the board first. Ansel Prandis, who's caught every game and has done a terrific job behind the plate, is on the mound for this game. He's got a chance to help himself get a lead as it's 1st and 3rd with nobody out here in the top of the 1st inning. Goes to the backstop. The runner will move to second, but the runner at third stays there. At backstop, the ball usually bounces right back to the catcher, so it's not easy to score from third. That one goes to the backstop. The runner's going to score. So East Lynn grabs a quick 1-0 lead, and they got a runner at third and nobody out. Solid shot. He got way out in front and pulled it foul. Ripped that one, but got way out in front. And the count evens at 2. Strike 3 call. Good pitch by Kirk. Amari Quintana. I mention each time I've done his family's games. He's only 11 years old. He's a big boy for 11. He's had a good term. He's run base quite a bit. Got some big hits. Played very well at first base. Pitched a little bit. Manny Rodriguez behind the plate with a nice stop there, keeping the runner at third. In for a strike, evens the count at 2. Missing for ball 3. And high for ball 4. So Quintana becomes a base runner. First and third with 1 out. Asale Rodriguez, the third baseman, is the hitter. Low for a ball. They let Quintana go to second base. Father and uncle are watching Amari. They're out in the outfield. That ball looked like that. Almost looked like it hit the umpire. To the backstop. Safe at the plate on the wild pitch. So they have 2 runs in with a runner at third and 1 out. Equipment repair for Manny Rodriguez behind the plate. Three and 0 the count to Rodriguez, the third baseman. In for a strike. This is Rodriguez. There's Rodriguez all over the place. Westland's got Manny and Alien. And that's ball 4. So again, first and third with 1 out. At least for the moment. The runner takes off. And they're sending him back. Time was out. Blake Beaupre, the right fielder, is the hitter. in for a strike. And the runner again. They almost tagged the runner out at third. They did tag the runner out at third. Quintana got off the back thinking the ball was going to second base. He got tagged out by the shortstop. And now Rodriguez steals third. So a runner at third with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Count goes 1-2. So Quintana got way off the bag thinking the ball was going to be thrown to second base. They threw it to the shortstop, Peterson, and he tagged Quintana trying to get back to the bag. Tapped foul towards third base. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Gets by the catcher in the dirt. Safe at the plate. East Lynn's put 3 in this inning. They only have 1 hit. All 3 have scored on wild pitches. A walk, a strikeout that reached. They should have had the inning a long time ago. Up and away for a ball, and we got our first deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Kirk gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. But he finds himself on the short end. 3 wild pitches. A strikeout that reached. A couple of walks. One of them scored. East Lynn grabs a quick 3-0 lead with 1 base hit. And I'll quickly go over the lineup for both teams, because everybody has to hit. For the East Lynn Braves that just hit, Mark Posty, Joan Vasquez, Yensel Prandis, Amari Quintana, Isel Rodriguez, Blake Beaupre, Danny Chow, Sultan Akinii, Charlie Chow. I last couple of years I've been saying Charlie Chan, but I just realized when they finally wrote it out so I could read it, and it's Charlie Chow, Manny Soto, and Jay Chun. For West Lynn, it's Aiden Peterson, Devon Bursey, Manny Rodriguez, Mackay Kirk, Elian Rodriguez, Anthony LaCava, Keelan Rivera, Joel Rosario, Aiden Nurs, and Bella Desai. And Bella Desai is a female playing in this game. So West Lynn has a hole they have to dig out of right away. They haven't hit yet. They're down 3-0. And Prandis on the mound hasn't thrown a pitch yet, and he's ahead 3-0. We mentioned a little bit different for him. He's not wearing the chest protector and the mask and the shin guards. He's caught all 4 games. Or the 2 games, I should say, that East Lynn played. We've played 4 games, but East Lynn's played 2. West Lynn's played 2. Prandis was a catcher, and I mentioned again, he did a very nice job behind the plate. So Aiden Peterson, his father was the coach for West Lynn. He'll try to lead it off and get it going for Westland, like Posty did for Eastland. That one bounces in. The difference playing now with the National Little League, 12 players have to hit. What it means is your first couple of hitters don't hit that often unless you have a big game. You know, a 1-0, 2-1 game. Those top hitters only get to hit a couple of times rather than 3 times. So it hurts the offense. I don't know who came up with that rule. Solid shot to right field for a base hit. So both leadoff hitters get base hits to start the game. Peterson for Westland, Posty for Eastland. Posty came around to score. Devon Bershey, the center fielder, will be the hitter. Swing and a miss. Hit in the right center field for a base hit all the way to the fence. Peterson had to wait to see if it would be caught. Hustling back to second base is Bershey. When they run to get Bershey, Peterson scores. So Peterson had to wait to see if the ball would be caught. Bershey made it to second. He thought Peterson was going to score. He was halfway to third. He had to hustle back. So Peterson actually steals home. They were trying to get the runner who were halfway to third, going back to second for an out. Peterson had, as we mentioned, he had to wait to see if the ball would be caught, so he only got to third base. The hitter thought he was going to score easily. And then he had to hustle back to second base. Bershey slid safely, and while they were trying to get Bershey out, Peterson scores from third. Line to Quintana. They're going to turn a double play. Nice defense. Manny Rodriguez hit it right on the nose and hit it right at the first baseman. And they turned the double play. The runner at second was off and running with the hit. So there's 2 outs now with nobody on for Mackay Kirk, the pitcher. In for a strike. So it looked like a pretty good inning to start. All of a sudden, how big is that double play now? With Kirk getting the base hit. That probably would have scored the runner from second. Elian Rodriguez, the left fielder, is the hitter. Waved at that pitch was way over his head. These young players, they like that high pitch. Here's a steal at second base. Oh, 2 the count to the Westland left fielder. Strike 3 called. So Eastland wins the first inning. They get 3. Westland gets 1. And that's where we are. 3-1 Eastland at the end of 1. Danny Chow, the center fielder, will lead it off for Eastland in the top of the second inning. In for strike. 7, 8, and 9 for Eastland. Leading 3-1 here. That one bounced. This is strange with this tournament. This is the championship final. This is the 3rd time these teams have played in this tournament. Hit in the air. In for a base hit. Hustling in the second is Chow with a double. Eastland drew a bye, and Westland beat Pine Hill, so they played in the finals of the winners bracket. Then Eastland, after Westland beat Eastland beat Pine Hill in the finals of the losers bracket, and then Eastland came back in the first championship final, what would have been the final. Eastland beat Westland. So both teams have 1 loss. Both teams have 2 wins. And both teams are 1-1 against each other. Safe at third. They didn't put the tag. It looked like the ball was there. But they didn't get the tag down. So a runner at third again for Eastland with nobody out. Goes to the backstop. The runner stays at third. And that's ball 4. So the first 2 hitters for Eastland reached in the first inning, and they reach again here in the second inning. The runner kept going to second base, but they sent him back because it's time out with the hitter coming up. And that's Charlie Chow, the shortstop. Ducks under that pitch. And he threw it to the shortstop again, hoping they can get a play. They don't. So a double, a walk, a couple of stolen bases. Eastland threatening again, second and third. Nobody out. They lead it 3-1. Chased that pitch, swung right through it. Westland trying to hold serve on their home field here at Barry Park and win the 2023 City Championship. Off, nice stop by the catcher, Rodriguez. 3-1 the count. In for a strike, the count goes full. Manny Soto was the on-deck hitter. And it's ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Still nobody out. In for a strike. Minnesota was one of the extra hitters here. 11 players for East Lynn. They all have to hit. Down and away for a ball. Walks and errors have been the story with these two teams. East Lynn popped up. The pitcher, Kirk, makes the play. They call the infield fly rule anyway. But East Lynn walked 11 in the first, what would have been the championship game. 5 of them scored, 1 of them forced in a run, and it looked like they were giving it away. And then Westland turned around, walked a couple of runs in, a big error, forced in 2 more. They finally got a hit to score 2 and won the game. This is Jay Chun, the other extra hitter. He's the 11th hitter, top of the order on deck. In for a strike, 2-1. Eastland trying to add to a 3-1 lead. They've got the bases loaded. Westland got the 1 out on the pop-up. High and tight, on the verge of walking in a run. Swing and a miss. So a very big pitch coming up for both teams. Full count to Jay Chun. That one bounced, and that's going to bring home the run. Third walk in the inning. The bases are still loaded with 1 out. Mark Posty led off the game with a base hit and scored the first run. He's had a very good tournament. Nice stop by Rodriguez on a pitch in the dirt. Hit foul to the backstop. Evens the count at 1. Every once in a while that sun pops out. And we happen to be looking right into the sun. Nice stop again by Rodriguez. Count goes 2-1. Chased that pitch. Might have been a strike, might have been low. It winds up swinging strike and evens the count at 2-2. They make the play at first. They didn't make the play at the plate. He threw the runner out at first. Posty will get an RBI. They could have made the play at the plate. Hit right by the third base bag. 2 runs are going to score. Out! Through it. I should wait till the play is over. Strong throw by Elian Rodriguez to the plate. Nice tag by Manny Rodriguez. But Vasquez gets a base hit and an RBI. They get 3 more runs. Helped out by 3 walks. 2 of the walks scored, 1 of the walks forced in a run. So they only have 3 hits in 2 innings, but they get 6 runs, and they push the lead now to 6-1. Going into the bottom of the 2nd inning, it'll be 6, 7, and 8 for West Lynn, but a strong throw by the left fielder. I guess I should wait until the play is over. I figured 12-year-olds can't throw the ball that far, but I guess he can. Elian Rodriguez made a tremendous throw to Manny Rodriguez, who put the tag down. And they tagged the runner out at the plate. And again, many times I've seen it, but I stopped saying that a long time ago, because every time I said it, something happens. And in this tournament, it's happened again. I'm watching it right now. The pitcher for East Lynn, who is Yancel Prandis, is warming up, and warming him up is the base umpire. I don't think I've ever seen the base umpire warm up the pitcher. So Prandis has got a huge lead now as he starts his 2nd inning. And West Lynn's got a huge hole to dig themselves out of. They looked like they were in great shape. They were the undefeated team. East Lynn, coming out of the losers bracket, had to beat them twice. They were leading 9-4 going into the bottom of the 6th inning, and the roof fell in. East Lynn scored 6 runs. He only got a couple of hits. Walks and a big error. They won the game, and now they've jumped out to a 6-1 lead, looking to win the 2023 Little League City Championship. But we got a way to go. Anthony LaCava, the first baseman, swung at that pitch up in the air. That was, again, they like that high pitch. Called 3rd strike. 2nd strikeout for Prandis. He got 1 to end the 1st inning. He gets this one to start the 2nd inning, so 2 in a row. Keelan Rivera, the right fielder, is the hitter. That one bounced into home plate. Looked like he was aiming that pitch. Pretty good little crowd here down the left field line, out behind center field, down the right field line. Hit in the air. Second baseman Posty takes it away. From the shortstop, Chow. Well, 2 up, 2 down for Joel Rosario, the third baseman. Low for a ball. That one bounced in. 2-0 the count. hit to third. They throw it in the dirt. They made the nice play, fielded it, made the throw, but bounced it to first base. And Rosario will extend the second inning, reaching second on the error. Aiden Perez, the extra hitter, will be the hitter. He's been playing second base through this tournament. Now they're using him as the extra hitter, and Bella Desai is the second baseman. She's on deck. High for a ball. Punch foul off the fence that protects the Westland dugout, or the Eastland dugout. Swing and a miss. Strike three call. He gets two strikeouts in the inning. So it's not a 1-2-3 inning. The error didn't allow that, but he only faces four. And Westland is the first team not to score in these two innings. Eastland got three in each of the two. Westland got one. That's where we are. We've played two in this City League Championship final. Eastland 6, Westland 1. That pitch bounced in the home plate. This is Yancel Prendes, the pitcher. He was called on strikes his first trip. In for a strike. Elian Rodriguez is the new pitcher. Hit foul. The count goes full. And that hits him. So for third inning in a row, Eastland gets the leadoff hitter on base. That one goes to the backstop. Praises will move over to second base. Amari Quintana walked his first trip. And he walked his second trip. So hit batsman on a walk. Eastland's at it again. 2-1 and nobody out. And we got Coach Peterson coming out to the mound to talk to Rodriguez. Sale Rodriguez will be the hitter. He's the third baseman. He walked and scored. There was a strikeout that reached, that scored. A walk that scored in that first inning. There was 2 walks that scored in the second inning and a walk that forced in a run. Six walks, and we've only played really 2 innings. And on the verge of walking the bases loaded. It's difficult when you got 10, 11, 12-year-old kids. You may have 1 or 2 good pitchers, but when you play tournaments and you play on a not so much a regular, during the season you may have a day or 2 off. With the tournament, you're playing fairly regular, and you can only throw so many pitches. And now Elian Rodriguez is coming off the mound. I think it's going to be Rosario who's going to be the new pitcher. And Rodriguez will go to third. So Rosario will see if he can stop the bleeding. Up and away for a ball. Scoreboard already has it 3-0. They're anticipating, I think. This is Blake Beaupre, who struck out swinging his first trip. That one goes behind him to the backstop. Everybody stays where they are. Two over the count. And that hits him, and it's going to bring in a run. Second hit batsman in the inning. The bases are still loaded. Danny Child doubled and scored a run in the second inning. He's the center fielder. Down and away for a ball. So a strange turnaround. Not 360, 720-degree turnaround. We mentioned before, Westland defeated East Lynn. Westland had to beat Pine Hills to have another shot, and they were down 9-4 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. And they scored 6 and won it 10-9 to force this game for all the marbles. And now they've scored 3 apiece in the first 2 innings. They have another run here with the bases loaded and nobody out. 2-2 the count as Chow fouls it to the backstop. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Cut his money's worth, but swung right through it. Sultan Akaniyi walked and scored in the second inning. High and tight for a ball. Hit, foul past first base. Waiting to see if they call it fair foul. We're a long way away from the first base foul line. Eastland fans got excited. Thought there was going to be 2 or 3 runs. Down and in for a ball. 2-1 the count to the Eastland left fielder. High for a ball. It's on the verge of walking in a run. Hit foul again. The fans to my right, who are way out behind the left field fence, screaming, why was that foul? They can't see the foul line from here. So another big pitch coming up, 3-2 the count. Hit to first base, they make the play. They were walking home. Quintana just walked home. They could have got him out at the plate. LaCava made the play at first base. Quintana was just walking home. They threw the ball home. It bounced in the dirt. They had a chance to tag Quintana out at the plate. It goes to the backstop. Safe at the plate. So another 3-run inning for East Lynn. And they have a runner at third with 2 outs. And that's ball 4. Charlie Chow walks for the second time. He scored the last time he walked. Takes off a second, and they tag him out. And they slid into Peterson. He's down. Let's hope he's going to be all right. Yeah, so Prandis will start his third inning of work. Every time he starts an inning, he's ahead a little bit more. He's in a rut. They scored 3 runs in each of the first 3 innings. So 9-1 as we go into the bottom of the third. Bella Desai, or Desai, I'll say it both ways, hope I get it right once, popped out of play. She's the lone female playing in this game. Good for her for making the varsity. Quickly 0-2. This is her first at bat. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Four strikeouts for Prandis. Aiden Peterson got a base hit and scored the first run, the only run that Westland had. Got it in the first inning. It's nice to see he's okay. He got knocked down on that play. And he drills it in the center field for a base hit. jumped on the first pitch. He's got his second hit. Devon Bercy doubled his first time up. Swing and a miss. He didn't get an RBI. Peterson had to wait to see if the ball would be caught in right center field. He got to third. Bercy thought that Peterson was scoring. He was on his way to third. At the last minute, he realized he had to get back to second base. And as he was going back and they tried to make the play for him at second, Peterson was able to virtually steal home for the one run. Off the catcher's glove. Westland's not really running. They don't need one run. They need 8. So they're playing it safe. Hit the shot. They throw it away. And they'll move up. So the error was runs at second and third for West Lynn with nobody out. You might hear that noise behind me. It's the Pop Warner cheerleaders practicing. In for a strike. So they had the force at second, but they threw it high and away. Peterson winds up at third. Bercy winds up at second. Hit foul out of play by Manny Rodriguez. Hit the ball in the nose that lined it right to the first baseman who turned it, Quintana, who turned it into a double play, doubling the runner off at second. And that was big because the next hitter for West Lynn got a base hit. Would have been a bigger inning. Hit foul back out of play. 0-2 the count to the West Lynn catcher. That one bounced to the backstop. One, two, the count. Hit in the right field for a base hit. They had to wait to see if it was caught. Now they're going to keep going, and the runner's going to score. And on the throw of the plate, Rodriguez goes to second base. So he gets an RBI. Peterson scores his second run. Bercy scores. Hit the second. They make the play at first on Kirk. Rodriguez moves over to third. Lynn Rodriguez was the left fielder, then the pitcher. He's now the third baseman. Hits it foul off the backstop. He was called on strikes his first trip. So Westland doubles their output. They get 2 in the inning. Up and away for a ball. Down and in for a ball. Missing for ball 3. And it's ball 4. So first and third with 2 outs. Anthony LaCava was called on strikes. His 1 trip. High and tight for a ball. Down and away for a ball. Nice stop by Vasquez, the catcher. Should have been out of the inning a long time ago, the infield error. The 2 runs are unearned. Westland will take them. High and tight for a ball. Goes 3-0. And it's ball 4. So the bases are loaded for Keelan Rivera, who popped up to the shortstop. The lights have been on here for a while here at Barry Park, as the sun keeps popping in and out. Bounces to home plate for ball 1. Eastland fans getting a little bit nervous. Westland fans getting a little bit excited. That one bounced in as well. 2-0. Way wide for ball 3. On the verge of walking in a run. He walks, and that brings in a run. And we are right now where we were in the game, the last game these 2 teams played, 9-4. It was East Lynn on the short end. They had a 6-run 6th inning to win the game 10-9. The bases are still loaded with 2 outs. It's now 9-4. Joel Rosario, who was the pitcher now, was the third baseman. He reached on an error, his 1 trip. He could get a base hit, would be very interesting. Pitches in for a strike. High for a ball. Missing for ball 2. 2-1 the count. In for a strike. We got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Missing for ball 3. A huge pitch coming up in the game. 3-2. 2 outs. Down the way for ball 4. Westland doesn't have to swing the bat, and they're getting back in it. Top of the inning, Eastland scored 3 runs without a base hit. Aiden Diaz, the extra hitter, struck out, called it on strikes. He's the 9th hitter in the inning. It started with a strikeout. Pop foul past first base. Bella Desai, who led off the inning, is on deck. I'm not sure what that was all about. Base umpire signaled something. Brandis threw a pitch. I'm not sure why. We'll get back to baseball. 0-2 the count. Hit foul back out of play, and we'll do it again. Hit the second. They'll get the third out. So 10 players go to the plate. They scored 4 runs with only 2 base hits. 4 straight walks. And Eastland has narrowed the gap. Westland has narrowed the gap. It's now 9-5 Eastland at the end of 3. Manny Soto leads it off. He swings and misses at the first pitch from Joel Rosario, who will start an inning for the first time. He come in relief. Swing and a miss again, 0-2. Fishing up and away for a ball. That one bounced in. Count evens at 2. So bizarre third inning. Eastland got 3 without a hit. Westland got 4 with only 2 hits. And he had him 2 strikes, and now he hits him. Jay Chun walked, getting an RBI. His walk came with the bases loaded. Top of the order on deck. Lined up. Didn't throw the pitch. The runner, the hitter squared away the bunt. The third baseman came charging in. The pitcher wound up 4 or 5 feet off the mound, and he didn't throw the ball. Babe Ruth High School, that would have been a balk. 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss. And ball 4. Fourth inning in a row, they've got the first two hitters on base. They've scored 3 in each of the first 3 innings. Chased that pitch, was down the dirt, fouled it. I thought he fouled it. But he didn't. They called it a while. The runners moved up. In for strike 2. So it's second and third with nobody out. Pitching for a ball, 1-2. Posey singled and scored. Bounced to the pitcher with the bases loaded, but they opted to throw the ball to first base, and he got an RBI. Hit to third, and again, the runner scores. They throw the ball out. Posey will get another RBI. Nice play by Elian Rodriguez throwing him out. Juan Vasquez struck out and reached and scored, and then got a base hit for an RBI. So he scored a run and knocked in a run. Off the catcher, but not far enough for anybody to go anywhere. So for the second game in a row against West Lynn, East Lynn has put up 10 runs. They've doubled up here, leading 10-5. Popped up. It's going to go foul, and shortstop, third baseman, left fielder all chasing it. Couldn't get to it. 1-2 the count to the East Lynn catcher. Hits it again, foul. Nice try. Mackay Kirk ran a long way into foul territory. Last minute made a diving effort, good effort by the young left fielder, Mackay Kirk. Down and away, evens the count at 2. To the backstop again, but that backstop pushes that ball back towards home plate, so very difficult to score from third on a wild pitch unless it bounces towards the 2 dugouts. Usually it bounces right back. Hit into left field for a base hit. Line shot, and now they throw it away. And he's going to keep going. He goes to third. So he gets a base hit and RBI. Throwing the ball to second. They threw it over the second baseman's head into right field. So the hit batsman and the walk that led the inning both score. A runner at third with one out. Eastland's looking for their fourth straight 3-run inning. Yancel Prandis, the pitcher, struck out, got hit by a pitch and scored. Swing and a miss. Hit to the backstop. High and tight for a ball. Count evens at 2. Up and away. So now he's got to come in with a pitch. I'll put him on. He was ahead of him. Misses for ball 4. Walks and errors have been the story, and now he just takes off. They try to throw him out at third. Vasquez bouncing around, drew the throw. They almost threw him out. If the third baseman catches him, he might have tagged him out. Prandis steals second. When he stole, Vasquez got way off the bag at third. They tried to force him back. They threw it. Almost got him, but the throw got away, but he couldn't score because he was diving back. It's amazing how you can't slide head first into a bag, but if you're going back to the bag, you can slide head first. I don't understand half these rules. That one bounces to the backstop. It bounces right back to Vasquez. So second and third with one out. Quintana has walked twice, scored once. Foul tip held on to by the catcher. 1-2 the count. Down and in for a ball. 2-2 the count. To the backstop again, the count goes full. So again, he was ahead of Quintana. Now he's got to come in with a pitch. I'll put him on. Ten walks, 3 hit batsmen. Eastland only has 4 base hits and they got 11 runs. Pale pitch up and coming to Amari Quintana. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Second out of the inning. Sale Rodriguez, the third baseman, has walked twice, scored twice. So he hasn't batted officially, but he's got 2 runs scored. In for a strike. In for strike 2. back to the mound. Nice play by the pitcher. So Eastland's getting tired. They only got 2. They scored 3 in the first 3 innings. They get 2 in the 4th, thanks to a hit batsman and a walk. The hit batsman and walk came in to score. So in the last 2 innings, they've scored 5 runs with 1 base hit. Ten walks and 3 hit batsmen given up by Westland pitching. And we'll repeat for Westland the 3rd inning because it'll be Bella Desai leading off. She led off the bottom of the 3rd. She'll lead off the bottom of the 4th. She's been up once and struck out. (11-5). Eastland trying to make it 2 in a row over Westland, coming out of the losers bracket and try to win this 2023 Lynn City Championship. We mentioned before, these are the 2 teams that started Little League in the city 72 years ago, 1951. It ballooned to 6 leagues at one time. It's dropped back to 4. Wyoming opted not to play in this city championship tournament. So there's only been 3 teams. Eastland, Westland, Pine Hill. We mentioned they both are 2-1. They've split games with each other. Both teams beat Pine Hill. Pitch is high for a ball. Bella Desai. The second baseman will be the hitter, leading off. In for a strike, 1-1. Pitching for ball 2. Brandon starting his 4th inning. In for a strike, gave up 3 hits in the first inning. Struck out through. Coming on and making the play, Jay Chon, the new left fielder. They switched players around. Did a nice job going way to his left, behind the shortstop, picking that play off. So 1 up, 1 down in the 4th. Hit in the right center field for a base hit. And that's Peterson was the 3rd hit. So Prayers lost a little bit, although he could have been out of the inning. It was an infield error, but the inning would have been over, but after the second out. What a play by Posty. We told he's having a very good tournament. He takes a base hit away from Percy. Diving to his right, picking that ball off the dirt. Now Peterson steals second base. Manny Rodriguez, the catcher, lined at the first baseman into a double play. Single knocking in 2 runs as last time. He hits it in the air. Posey with another great play, and he celebrates. 2 great plays. He went to his right and picked the line drive for the second out. Now he goes well into the outfield, over the shoulder, winds up sitting down and celebrating, catching the pop-up for the third out. So they shut Westland out again. 2 of the 4 innings, Westland hasn't scored. We played it full 4 innings in this city championship tournament. 11-5, Eastland over Westland. 6, 7, and 8 for Eastland as we start the 5th inning. Blake Beaupre struck out swinging, got hit by a pitch, he got an RBI. When he got hit, the bases were loaded. Rosario still on the mound. Throws it up and away for a ball. Up and away again. Swing and a miss. Hit foul past third base. Two the count to the Eastland right fielder. Checked out of the way of that one. It was high and tight. The count goes full. High for ball 4. Kenny Chow doubled and scored. Last time up, he struck out swinging. Hit by the pitcher. He went to get it, and it just bounced right by him. So for the 5th straight inning, Eastland has the first 2 hitters on base. Sultan Akani walked and scored. Bounced to the first baseman, getting an RBI. He hits it to the first baseman, went right by the first baseman, right over his glove. He went down to get it, and it just went off his glove. And the bases are loaded. Charlie Chow has walked twice and scored a run. To the backstop, bounces right back. So once again, Eastland have the bases loaded with nobody out. Hit in the air. Long run by the left fielder. The runner at third didn't tag up. Mackay Kirk went a long way to go get that one. That's a nice job. Chow should have got an RBI. The runner at third should have tagged up and scored. But he didn't. He stayed at third. Manny Soto was the hitter. He's popped to the pitcher, got hit by a pitch, and scored a run. So the RBI taken away from Chow by the runner not going from third. I don't know The third base coach didn't help the runner. Line to the right field for a base hit. It goes through the wickets. 2 runs are going to score. First and third was 1 out. 2 runs in. Eastland scored every inning. They've got getting help with walks. Two hits in this inning gives them 6 hits for the game, but they got 13 runs. 11 walks, 3 hit batsmen. A couple of errors. Now second and third with 1 out. Jay Chon walked getting an RBI with the bases loaded, and then walked and scored. Lynn is on the verge of a mercy rule. Chased that pitch. Missed. 1 and 2. Top of the order on deck. Missing low for a ball. Evens the count at 2. High for a ball. Got to come in with a pitch. Yeah, that's ball 4. So the bases are loaded again. Mark Posey singled and scored. Bounce to the pitcher, bounce to the third baseman. Both times getting RBIs. So he scored 1 and knocked in 2. Swing and a miss. Wide for a ball. Chased that pitch that bounced in front of home plate. Rosario got a lot of help on that pitch. He was anxious to hit that pitch wherever it was. Hit back to the mound. I didn't see the umpire's call, but he's out at the plate. Hit past third base. 2 runs are going to score. Right over the seeing eye base hit by Vasquez right over the bag. He struck out the first time and reached when the ball got by the catcher. That's his 3rd straight hit. He's got 4 RBI. And it's 15-5. Swing and a miss. Ansel Prandis, the pitcher, struck out, hit by a pitch and scored and walked. Well, Vasquez hit that seeing eye single right over the third base bag. The ball bounces away. It goes to the backstop. They throw it away to the plate. Vasquez is not going to score. The ball went to the backstop. He went to third. They threw the ball away for the third out. They have a 5-run inning with a couple of base hits, a couple of walks, a hit batsman, an error, and all of a sudden it's 16-5. And if there's a mercy rule in Little League, I'm pretty sure there is, West Lynn has to score at least 2, I think, to keep this game alive as we move into the bottom of the 5th inning. East Lynn on the verge of winning the 2023 Lynn City Little League Championship. 12 walks, 3 hit batsmen, a couple of very big errors. Again, only 7 hits for East Lynn, but 16 runs. Wild pitches. A strikeout that reached and scored. Eight of the 12 walks have scored. Two of the hit batsmen scored. One of the hit batsmen forced in a run. So they've been virtually walking around the bases. Mackay Kirk was the starting pitcher, went in to play left field. He singled and grounded out second to first. His 2 trips, he'll lead off the bottom of the 5th for West Lynn. And if you look at, I mentioned it before, a 720-degree turnaround. West Lynn leading 9-4 going into the bottom of the 6th inning against East Lynn. Looking for the city championship. East Lynn scores 6 to win the game and force this game. And now they put up 16 runs in the game. And unless lightning strikes, they're going to be the 2023 champions. 2 quick strikes, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mackay Kirk. Hit foul back and out of play. It's been a bizarre turn of events. And in all the games, it's been walks and hit batsmen and wild pitches and errors. Most of the RBIs have been walks or hit batsmen with the bases loaded. Foul tip held onto by the catcher for strike 3. Five strikeouts for Prandis. walked 4. He walked 4 in a row in the third inning when Westland got those 4 runs. In for a strike. Elian Rodriguez called on the strikes, walked and scored. Hit in the left center field for a base hit. He'll scoot into second with a double. Anthony LaCava called on the strikes and walked. And that might be a pitch count for Prandis. He's going to first base, and I think Quintana is going to be the new pitcher, I think. Ball goes to the backstop. The catcher just walking after it. The runner at second didn't go anywhere. So it's 12 against 12. Quintana, the pitcher, wearing number 12. LaCava, the hitter, wearing number 12. And I'm looking over to my right. The Quintana family is. Now we're into a little more with Quintana on the mound. In for a strike, 2-1. Hit the second. They'll throw the cover out. And if there is a mercy rule, Westland is down to their last out. Dylan Rivera popped a shot, walked. The walk came with the bases loaded and got him an RBI. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. High and tight for a ball. Down and away, the Quintana family over to my right, moaning, thinking that was strike 3. High for a ball, it goes 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And that does it. East Lynn will be the 2023 Little League City Champions as they mercy rule West Lynn. And again, a tremendous turnaround. They were down 9-4 going into the 6th inning the previous game. They had a 6-run inning. They forced the if necessary game, and they put 16 runs on the board. And they win it 16-5, a mercy rule in 5 innings to be the 2023 Lynn Little League City Champions. For West Lynn, Aiden Peterson had 3 base hits, scored 2 runs. Devon Bursey doubled. Risonera had a base hit taken away on a great play by Mark Posey. He scored a run. Manny Rodriguez had a single, knocked in 2, scored a run. Micaiah Kirk had a base hit. Elian Rodriguez walked, doubled, scored a run. Anthony LaCava drew a walk. Keelan Rivera walked with the bases loaded, getting an RBI. Joel Rosario walked with the bases loaded, getting an RBI. For East Lynn, Posty had a base hit. Reached base 4 times. Reached base twice. He grounded out twice. Both times he grounded out, he got RBIs. He scored 2 runs. Juan Vasquez struck out but reached. The next 3 times he got base hits. He knocked in 4, scored a run. Yandel Paredes struck out 4, got the win on the mound, was on base twice, scored a run, hit by a pitch and walked. Amari Quintana walked twice, scored a run. Asil Rodriguez walked twice, scored twice. Blake Boatberg got hit by a pitch, getting an RBI with the bases loaded, walked, scoring a run. Danny Child doubled, singled, scored 2. Sultan Akini walked, scored a run, bounced out, getting an RBI. Charlie Chow drew 2 walks, scored a run. Manny Soto got hit by a pitch, singled, scored 1, knocked in 2. Jake Chon walked 3 times, scored twice. The other walk forced in a run, getting an RBI. So East Lynn turns the tables, down 9-4, 3 outs away from West Lynn winning the championship. They have a 6-run inning. They win the championship. They're presenting the trophy at home plate. East Lynn will be the 2023 champions. They mercy rule West Lynn. Congratulations to West Lynn having a very good tournament and winning their league. East Lynn gets it done. They come out of the losers bracket. They avenge the loss to West Lynn that had a little bit of controversy with West Lynn playing with only 8 players. They come back and they beat them 2 in a row to take a 2-1 win advantage over West Lynn. And they win the 2023 Lynn City Series Championship. And they'll be defending it next year at their home park. But 16-5, the mercy rule as they chip in. Walks, hit batsmen, and errors cost West Lynn dearly. Only 7 hits for East Lynn, but they scored 16 runs. And West Lynn had that 1 inning, and Paredes had that 1 hiccup where he walked 4 in a row. He should have been out of the inning. It was an error that extended the inning. He then walked 4 in a row. West Lynn got 4 runs, but that was all they could do. He got them out. He had a very easy 4th and 5th inning with only 1 base runner in each inning. He comes up with 5 strikeouts, and he wins the game. And East Lynn, in a walk-off win over West Lynn, are the 2023 Lynn City Little League champions. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to East Lynn, Pine Hill, West Lynn, who made it here. And again, hopefully Wyoming will consider their decisions and get back in this tournament next year. And you can see what a joy it is for these kids to participate. So we hope you enjoyed it. 16-5, East Lynn, 2023 City champions. Mercy ruling West Lynn 16-5. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.